Greetings and welcome, I am Joffrey, and today I wish to discuss some balance changes that EU5 has undergone before release that Generalist Gaming has brought to my and everyone else's attention with his newest video, where he has explained that Crown Power is now getting a buff at the same time that trade is getting nerfed, where trade profit specifically for you, the government, is based on how much crown power you have. You can only extract so much wealth from the merchants and the trades that they undergo. Tariffs and other such things, I suppose, is the idea of what it's representing, based on how much power you have relative to the estates. And while you personally will lose out on money if your crown power is low, that might not mean that it's a bad idea for you to still be lower crown power with this. Because while this means that crown power is much more valuable, it also opens up the possibility of simply going more decentralized, at least for the early game, where it might be more effective. We need to see more of the game to understand truly the interplay between centralized and decentralized play, and which is more or less effective at a given moment or as a certain countries. But here, the money that you do not get, that is lost, quote unquote, from you not having enough crown power, is supposedly, according to Generalist, and I would assume he would know, is instead given to the estates. So the estates are able to then make use of said money. And I personally really like this. I think that this is a fantastic change, because I believe that it felt a little... All the footage that we'd seen so far, every single person was talking trade, trade, trade. You always build the markets. That's the first thing you're building everywhere. Get your trade capacity up. Get your advantage up. Start selling everything. Raw goods, refined goods, whatever. Generalist's video that I responded to previously went into great detail on very effective strategies for how to make excellent use of turning raw goods that are hard to transport into valuable goods that you can export for less. And here it seems that perhaps this will mean that you might consider some other things before trade, but I don't know, because one thing that I feel is missing in this video, quite oddly, is Generalist. It's a very short video from him. He hasn't given his thoughts, and if he sees this, or any fellow fans of his find this, I would like to hear more of his thoughts on the subject. Yes, scouring it again, he simply hasn't given his thoughts and opinions on it. This is all just facts, which I suppose is something to be expected from the paradox economy goat. He is described as such in the description. As the comments, everyone is here. You've got Lath saying that he wants it fully known that Generalist knows exactly what he's talking about. He is the guy. Couldn't agree more at this point, though. That's why I so desperately would like to know more about what he specifically thinks, if this is a good or a bad thing, or more of those nuances, perhaps. You see, he does wrap up his video here by explaining that very specifically, he wants to clarify that the goods produced from buildings and the amount of trade that is happening is not affected. It is specifically the value that you specifically are getting out of the trades that are happening, and that the estates will still be able to make full use of the money that is being produced, and they will invest it. However, I personally don't know how much the estates build of buildings that are actually useful for you, because they made it sound pre-release, before anyone had actually gotten their hands on the game, as though the estates primarily only build things that increase their own power through unique buildings that only estates can build, that aren't usually providing you much in the way of benefit. So perhaps this is a very dangerous nerf that means that the more trade the value you get, the estates will become very dangerous, and they'll build all sorts of things that will make them very hard to unentrench. Or maybe this is a potentially good thing where you can give your merchants tons of liberty and power, which will allow them to help in a less direct way build up your country more. Perhaps we'll just need to see more to find out the real answer, though. If you all have any thoughts or comments to make, feel free to leave them in the description or come find me on my Discord server. If you have any ideas as well for other videos that I should make, yapping about a particular subject or another, other creators that I should respond to who had access to the game, let me know as well. But for now, I'll thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time.